What's up guys, Presley Yong here, back on our video. And of course Apple WWDC is over like around 8 hours ago, and obviously Apple released iOS 15, iPadOS 15, WatchOS 8 and macOS, the new version. Maybe it's macOS 12. The name's quite difficult to say, but I will just say macOS 12. And the first thing this video is that Apple also released the iOS 15 beta 1 and iPadOS beta 1, but this video is going to focus on iOS 15 beta 1, which is on the iPhone on right now. And you mean you want to update to iOS 15 beta 1? Obviously you need to find other YouTubers about the link. Actually, I do not install on the main device because this is my main device. I will not install iOS 15 beta 1, but I will going to talk about what it will have inside the features when you actually update it to iOS 15 beta 1. And now many people feel very disappointed on that when Apple announced the iOS 15 because they say it's not much features as on the iPhone. But for me, I think there's a reason why Apple does that, and it's because that obviously iOS 15 supports on iPhone 12 Pro Max. Not only it supports on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, it supports down to the 11 Pro Max, the iPhone 11, the 10s, 10s Max, the iPhone 10, the 8 Plus, the 7 Plus, and also the 6s and 6s Plus, which actually supports iOS 14, which is actually quite eye-shocking because this is the only oldest device that supported it. And also reminds me back the day when iPhone 5s support up to iOS 12, which also 6 years of software updates, and Apple wants to make it happen on the 6s, or maybe the software in iOS 15 with a few features, maybe the iPhone 6s is missing something and Apple wants to fix it up before or the iOS 16 maybe next year. They will not support it. They only support iPhone 7, and I feel that this is actually good thing because we all know that iPhone 6 wasn't supposed to support iOS 15, but Apple actually make it happen. But I think Apple may think that all those new features should be on iOS 16 instead of iOS 15. Since iOS 14 was a major update, and Apple was thinking about how to actually drop it, make a few minor updates on iOS 15 to refine it before release iOS 16, so that the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus to get a better refinement performance, and then they will not get the update on iOS 16. We're not sure about that. If Apple really supports iOS 16 on the 6s, that will be great. Okay, now let's talk about the updates on what it's going to have inside on iOS 15 beta 1. Obviously there's only a few minor features, but when it comes to the final version, they all obviously give you more features in the end. But first we're going to talk about the preview of iOS 15, what it has inside when you actually install the iOS 15. Obviously my phone is currently on iOS 14.6, but I can talk about what it really has inside the iOS 15 beta 1. So let's get into it. Okay, so I just changed my rear camera, and of course this is the iPhone 12 Pro Max, the one that own it. Obviously, if Apple actually supports 6 years on 6s, let's confirm all the device will always support 6 years of software updates, which is actually a good thing to hear about it. Now obviously I'm going to unlock the iPhone. So of course you can see I got the iOS 15 wallpaper because I actually downloaded from the Safari. If you want to find it, you can just go to iDownload or Bloomberg, or maybe the our website, or maybe 9to5Mac, because they always say you want the iOS 15 but you don't want to install iOS 15 beta 1, you can get the wallpaper. So this is actually the dark mode wallpaper. If it's a light mode, it will be there's a white color background a bit. You can see the black areas as it will just turn white. Right. Okay, so what it has is that actually the new things about because when you scroll all down, you're going to have a new notification. Like the notification, there's a notification summary and a new design on notification center. So actually you can see this is a little bit rectangles and this one, but the new version is like a bit like, if you can see here, it will show like this. I actually installed iPadOS 15 beta 1. I don't install the main, but because my iPad is a secondary device, I can use it to install. So this is how it looks like on notification center. It's like this. So when you compare to here, so it's a bit thinner compared to this one's a bit wider a bit. And that's actually the new thing about notification center. And the next thing, actually new feature, is obviously a new design of weather. So the new design of weather it used to be like this, but when you see the weather on iPhone, they actually shrink it down and border and become a notification center, those small borders, what it looks like on the weather app. So that's a new feature of weather app. Next one is Apple Maps. Now Apple Maps, now they're going to show you some 3D image on the location that when you're driving from one location to another, and actually is quite interesting. It's a good feature that Apple should implement, and of course Google Maps doesn't have it, but Apple does it, which is also very great. So that's a feature on Apple Maps. Obviously I'm going to close it, so some certain apps I don't want to leave it open. Okay, the next one, and obviously if I jump to Photos, they're going to have a new redesign on Photos if you use it. Of course, the new feature is, of course, you see this do not disturb. Instead of do not disturb, if you go to settings, instead of saying do not disturb, in iOS 15 beta 1, you say focus instead of do not disturb. And of course, when you go in, it looks like this is how iOS 14.6, but on iOS 15, the design on this will be completely different on beta 1. So this is how it looks like. What do you want to focus on? So this focus how to stay in the moment if you need to concentrate or step away. So here how it looks like about it. You can choose custom, driving, fitness, and also gaming. So actually it's the feature that Apple talk about it. And since Apple also added the gaming feature, obviously iPhone also used for gaming as well. So maybe it's telling people that you can get an iPhone if you want to play games. This is the phone that you should get it. The next one, of course, you got new emojis, so you can choose your outfit for your new emojis right now. So that's finally Apple actually added it. And when we scroll here, of course, share with you notification. I actually talk about it and see. This is the example of the 3D how it looks like, and you see the road. You can see the 3D image of the bridge of how it looks like when you actually install it or use the Apple Maps. And you can use transit feature. So if you want to go to a place, they tell you that you're reaching here, please exit soon, and then you can move it on. And then of course you got Safari. There's a new tab bar design. So on the bottom it's like this. The old version is just like this. But let's say you go to a website. It doesn't have it at apple.com, but now it has this one small bar. And here how it looks like the new tab. Let me talk about what it means. If you go to Safari, the tab is like this, right? When I go over here and show over a screenshot, this is how the tab looks like. So I think this is more, we've seen before in Android, and Apple's going to implement it and I think this is actually more on Safari Kids. It's on the Safari, maybe it's missing on iOS 14. Apple wants to make it happen, and I think this is actually a more neater version compared to the Safari, just like this, like whole bar, and you have to scroll down like this, which is a bit ugly. But iOS 15, they finally make it happen, and that's what Apple ecosystem works for. Next one is of course extension. So if you are extension, this is how it looks like. Click it here, you can copy, you can paste, privacy track record. So I think they actually moved this to more to the right about it. And next one is actually light text translation. So if you're using a camera, you take a picture, you can they actually scan the words written there and ask you want to translate it or not. Or of course, right now the camera is only like for scanning the barcode only, not the like some kind of live text or maybe other things. But it's a good thing Apple actually implement it on it. Next one, the visual lookup, live text in camera. Yeah, I told you when you take it, you can go live text, click it, you can copy or select or lookup. Live text, you can scan it. You can say that you don't want to key in a number. You can just point the camera in the photos. You take a picture and then just click it and then call it. And now next one is ID cards. If you are staying in somewhere like in the United States or United Kingdom, now Apple actually approves that you can add your driving license card on your iPhone, but it's only available in certain regions. So in certain countries may not have those advanced technology. Some in the United States, yeah, they will add it. And also you can use your keys as your everyday. So let's say you go home, let's say your home also using the card to unlock the door. You got Apple, or you can just use it. Photo search, new spotlight search, that's what you want to see. New photos, I told you already. Okay, this is actually new feature. This is app privacy record. So it's actually how many apps you're using, like actually ground them, which is third party, how the music contact. So you go back to settings and go back to privacy. This is how it looks like. So it's not much you can see about on privacy. But right now, they introduced this one, so we know What do they track you? Track like 24 minutes, you use it for 5 hours. What do they let you take? Camera and location. And of course, you got other new like weathers or notes app as well. And that's about iOS 15 beta 1. Now, obviously, there's no new redesign on the control center. It's all the same, but only thing is that here they actually, instead of this like bar here, it just shows focus on the beta 1, but it might change over time. The rest is still same thing, same software. And I know people are very disappointed on iOS 15, but I feel that this is actually a major update. You obviously had to wait because this is just iOS 15 preview. The final version, always Apple will add some features to it before they end with the new M15. And if Apple didn't make it happen, they mostly will introduce in 15.1 or 15.2, 15.3 or maybe 15.6, like how they did on iOS 14 in as well. The iOS 14.2 they introduced new wallpaper. Right now it's only one wallpaper, but Apple will implement new things. Now it means that new wallpaper is coming. Obviously there are some wallpapers might be going away. So if you go to wallpapers and you go to choose no wallpapers, go to still. Well, I will be thinking that the wallpapers might be going away. It could be the iOS 13 wallpaper might go away when replaced with iOS 14 and iOS 15 together, because Apple might remove it every time. If they didn't remove it, more probably is iOS 16 to remove these 3 and then add these 2 on it. So yeah, that's about iOS 15 beta 1. And of course, I will do an iPadOS as 15 beta 1, and also I will talk about why you should not install iOS 15 beta 1 as well. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next